Hello everyone, Michael Heck here with the Hyperactive Hypercube build and make vlog. As you can see right here, there's been a few changes. Recently, after looking at some of the things that I did wrong on the initial build of the Hyperactive and joining a couple of Facebook groups, it occurred to me that I was using up a lot of space on the outside of the cube for just mounting things. To that extent, I've gone ahead and I've gone ahead and bought two additional 2020 aluminum extrusions, one 4-pack at 500 millimeters and one 4-pack at 700 millimeters. Now, what that's done for me is the 700 millimeters have replaced the four corners that are horizontal or vertical, and then the 500 millimeters have replaced the horizontals that have the the X gantry on it. And what that's done for me is it's allowed me to use the entirety of the 400-ish, 410 millimeter build plate on the X axis, and I'm now able to get 350, 380 of the 410 Y axis. And the only reason that I can't get the full 500 or 410 is because the two smooth rods that I have for the X axis are 500 millimeters, or 450 millimeters exactly. I suppose I could go out and purchase 500 millimeter ones and buy another couple 500 millimeter 220 extrusions, but right now I'm very happy with the size. I just got finished printing a 20-hour print of a gift for a friend of mine. I'm not going to show it until they come and pick it up, but it's a very beautiful thing, in my opinion. And I am currently now restarting the right side of my Mandalorian mask, because when I printed it the first time, from here to here is too long compared to the left-hand side. So I resliced it and I recreated it, and right now we are sitting at 10% after printing for 2.5 hours. So by tomorrow I'll have that one completely done. Once that's done, I'm not certain what I'm going to do next. I might end up doing a couple things for my wife for Valentine's Day. We have a beautiful gold filament that I got to do one of the gifts for my friend. And I might make a heart-shaped twisted vase out of that on the Hyperactive. I was going to do it on the Monoprice Maker Select, but that thing has been having some really odd layer shifts. You can kind of see there. This was printed basically like this, and I've got two layer shifts that occurred, and I don't exactly know why. I think it has something to do with the travel speed and the jerk. So I've adjusted that, and I'm going to load some new filament up and try to print it with these new settings to hopefully make a difference and get a smooth print, because this guy, which was printed in this way, has no layer shift at all. So it looks like when it has a wider area to travel, i.e. from here to here versus here to here, that it's shifting layers for some reason. It also might have to do with the fact that it's traveling more when I'm doing these and filling in more of the supports. So I'm going to try that again, and hopefully it'll start working. Those are what are called mask standoffs. You basically wear them like that. These have holes in case you wanted to put like some type of a string or something around it to hold it in, but usually having the mask on the top of it will hold it tight. The reason I made the adjustment and printed it in this way rather than this way was because when I'm printing this way, there's a bunch of supports that end and terminate right in here, which when you put it on your nose, does not necessarily feel the best. The nice thing about this is that for people with glasses like myself, something like this with the mask over the top of it helps to keep the breath here, right in this area, and out and down, rather than coming up through your glasses. So it helps you not fog your glasses up, which is really nice. Still playing with this a little bit, sizing it for my wife, sizing it for me. This is probably my size. I'll probably keep this one. I'll do some sanding on it and things like that to try to get it to work better. But the last thing I wanted to talk about the new Hypercube is that I ended up spending a lot of money, 100 something, on a Wham Bam build platform, magnetic build platform. I bought a cheap version of it for the mono price. This is not a Wham Bam. This is by fysetc.com. It's called a heat bed sheet. And it works really well on there. And I thought, well, what the hell? Why don't we get one for the Hyperactive? Because with the larger prints, I don't want to have to try to scrape off the print. And what's really nice about those, the Wham Bam and also that one, is you take it off the build plate. It's a magnet under there, so your magnet's on there, and you put your build plate on there. You take it off, and all you have to do is like that, and everything pops right off. It worked really well with the last thing I printed, and the other thing is that the surface works a lot better than blue painter's tape for printing on. So I'm really happy about that. The only thing I need to do is, because I did not have a true bed support system, I actually manufactured my own out of purchased springs and some old screws I had laying around. I'm going to have to take an angle grinder and grind down the tops of the screws so that this Wham Bam build mat will sit properly. Then I'll have to do another auto bed leveling and make sure it's all level. But regardless of all that, with the auto bed leveling that I've got going on now, I'm getting some really great prints. I'm really happy about this. I'm very pleased with the actual Hyperactive right now. It still makes some really odd squeaking noises when it's moving up and down. I thought initially that was the build plate grinding against the side, but there's no way that it's near the side now. So it has to be something in the way that the smooth rods and the screw rod, threaded rods, are moving the platform up and down. It only happens if I'm moving it at a very fast rate. So printing is not a big deal. But if I'm trying to move it down 100 millimeters, I'll get a squeaking. If I'm trying to move it up, I get the same thing, which to me tells me that there's something going on with the way that the rods are interacting with each other. And I'm going to have to figure that out because I don't want to damage the rods and have to deal with that. But this has actually made it so that I have somewhere around 380 millimeters or 12 inches, 13 inches of build volume height-wise. I need to double check that, but I think that that's right. So I'm really happy. I'm going to be able to build a lot of decent props with that. And I might actually be able to go back to printing the helmet either with the dome down and some supports letting it come up, or with the dome up and having it print supports all the way through. Wasteful of material, I know, but we'll see which way works the best. I'm gonna try to do like a domed down version here shortly, I think, after this one's done, and maybe print out my friend a Jedi Temple helmet if he gets me the measurements. Patrick, if you're listening, give me your measurements. With that, I think I am all done for the night. Remember to stay safe and stay healthy. And if you have questions, comments, any ideas as far as like what might be causing the squeaking, that type of thing, let me know in the comments below. Reach out to me on Facebook if you're a friend. But with that, have yourselves a good night, and we will talk with you all later.